Volknovski versus Topuria and Costa versus Robert Whittaker. Very quick breakdown today. I've done all my boxing predictions. I believe that Costa, listen, he's had a good, okay fight against Luke Rockhold. Prior to that, he wasn't great against Vittori. He was terrible against Adesanya. Whittaker's coming off a loss. So tough fight. I am just going to edge Robert Whittaker based on the fact that he's just come off a loss against Duplessis, but his striking range and his movement will cause Costa problems because Costa is very static, although he has very superb kicks. I don't think that will be an issue for Whittaker, and Whittaker will busy him and be the better fighter in this fight overall. Although Costa can throw him on the ground and hurt him, and he is strong, Whittaker's striking is way more crisp, and he's coming off a bad loss, so he's going to want a negation fight where he doesn't over commit, and Costa's the perfect guy to do that against because he comes forward but he tends to gas because he's so big. Whittaker he's a cuter fighter than Costa. Duplessis was just one of those fights where he got caught. It happens. Costa rarely catches you. He just pretty much punches your head off until you quit. I think Whittaker can get the win against Costa. He's more high level to me. He's a little bit more disciplined in there. And he will be more on point in terms of timing than Costa in this fight. Robert Whittaker for the win. So now we go with Volknovski versus Ilia Topuria. And believe it or not, I'm going with the underdog. I think that Topuria, Volknovski, yes, he's come up short against Makhachev, and you could say now he's fighting somebody at his own weight, he should ragdoll him. I think Topuria, it's too clean. And then this guy, it's so accurate. His ground game as well. I think Volknovski now may show that it's dropped, and I feel like Topuria, from what I've seen so far, given he's never fought a Volknovski who's going to put him through the paces, I feel that Topuria has the punching ability and skills and striking and all-round game to take Volknovski there and punish him. I think Volknovski's been in a lot of wars as of late, and I think that will affect him overall. The 2 wars against Makhachev, the first one was fantastic, and I could say he will blitz Topuria because of his strength. When your head is that big, Topuria can just land on it and basically ping-pong it because it's an easy target for Topuria. This guy's striking ability is superb. Volknovski has to pretty much drag him to the ground, which is danger because Tupuria's ground game is good as well. So I'm going to go for a shock. I think that Tupuria's going to do it. I don't know why. I just think it's vibes I'm getting of a shot-worn Volknovski now. That's fought a lot of hard fights in such rapid. He'll fight anyone. I think it's time now for Topuria is going to be the fresher. And if you don't get out the gates early, you could find yourself getting KO'd before you even know it. And that's how I see this fight going. I think Topuria is going to knock him out. There you go. I just think this guy, I've never seen a UFC fighter who can hit so viciously for such a light-looking fighter. I think he can get the job done and prove the speed and the timing will be with him on this night. But maybe I'm writing Volknovski off because of his last loss. Possibly. The weight killed him. But now he's coming down again. The last thing you want to do is come down against a concussive puncher. Kell Brook did it against Errol Spencer Jr. in boxing. It's totally different to UFC. But when you come down from fighting someone heavy to then coming down to fight someone fast, I think the timing's going to be all wrong for Volknovski, and maybe he could have fought someone with less danger poses, but it's not fairground, is it? It's not candy floss at the fairground, is it? It's a fight, so you have to take whoever comes in front of you. Unfortunately, he's fighting a guy that's just made everyone look quite average. I think Topuria gets the win. He's going to knock out Volknovski. Listen, I'm going to look like an idiot if I'm wrong, but hey, I already do with this hat on, so cool. I'm good with that. Lose your inhibitions. Peace. Tell me what you think, guys. Am I talking daft? Well, this is the same guy that said Sean O'Malley would knock out Sterling when everybody said Sterling had beat him. There you go. So, sometimes you get it right. Sometimes you get it wrong. Whatever you do, don't gamble. Just guess. The juice is in being right. You don't need to put money on it. Coming from experience, it's not worth it. And I've not done it for years, so don't do it. It's never worth it. It becomes a possession, and it becomes like an illness that controls your thoughts. Never do it. This is all about the fun of guessing and analysing and breaking down ways fighters can win fights. Topuria, for me, as that high volume striking, he's like a bee. I don't know how that analogy works, but I think he's like a bee, and Volknovski is the honey for the night. There you go. Volknovski is Macaulay Culkin in My Girl, and Topuria is the bee that's going to swarm him. Peace. Tell me what you think, Australia. I've upset you, Anna. Have a Foster's. There you go. That'll cheer you up.